Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Rapid Fire. I am joined by Neil Marshall, the director that you will know from films like The Descent and Doomsday and Dog Soldiers, and his latest film, The Reckoning, is now out on Blu-ray and DVD. G'day Neil, how are you?
G'day, I'm good. I'm really
You're
good.
in that infamous hot seat, mate. You ready for some questions to be thrown at you?
Yeah, I'm nervous, but I'm okay.
I'm usually the nervous one, so that's good. All right, I'm wondering, what was your earliest movie memory?
It's so funny. I was talking about this the other day. My earliest movie memory is Mary Poppins. That was the first film I can remember seeing, and it was definitely the first film I saw in the cinema.
That is
And
my favorite film of all time.
we all watched it again on Saturday night. It's like a family viewing thing. It's like, oh wow, okay, haven't seen it in years.
It's remarkable too, like just technically it's
Oh,
incredible.
the effects and things are beautiful. Absolutely, the matte paintings. Oh, it's incredible.
Well, so far, that's my favourite answer to that question. um, did you play sport as a kid?
I did not. Was not. I was out making movies and stuff like that. I never did any. I was never really into any sports at all.
Oh, you're
The
one
only
of those
the only
kids with a
sp- I mean,
camera.
if you consider it a sport, the only sport that I do practice is archery. That my dad is a former sort of championship archer, and he has the whole thing got passed down to me, and I've got all this collection of bows, and I don't do it enough, but yeah, that's it's a kind of Zen-like vibe that goes with it.
Mm,
I love so yeah, I do that, but I don't do it like actively or compete or anything like
yeah,
that. But yeah,
that's a real tension releasing sport, I'd imagine.
it is. It is.
Yeah. Americans have shooting, the Brits have archery.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, next question. What movie comes to mind when you think about Australian cinema?
I'm a huge fan of Australian cinema. I guess like the first one that pops into my mind would be like Mad Max 2, those
Mhm.
films. But I love Peter Weir, amazing director. Gallipoli's amazing film. Picnic at Hanging Rock. Love those
Mhm.
movies. Um, I also love stuff like The Big Steal. Do you remember The Big
That's
Steal?
my favorite Australian film.
The Big
You're
Steal.
picking my favorites today, Neil.
Malcolm as well. It's great.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Castle, phenomenal. I love The Dish. These are all great movies. So
yeah.
yeah, those ones. Oh, and
Good
then
taste.
the man from Snowy River is also one of my all-time faves.
Yeah, wow, you're really hitting the spot with me because I watched that 2 weeks ago as well. Yeah,
It's a great movie.
obviously, I'm big into Aussie films. That's sort of where it's at. Horror and Aussie films for me. That's my thing.
And Aussie horror, Razorback is one of my all-time faves as well.
Hell yeah, absolutely. All right, what from one extreme to the other? What's your favorite rom com?
Oh Lord, um, I so don't watch rom-coms. It would be like an old movie. I don't know, it'd be like Barefoot in the Park or something like that. I
Yeah,
don't know. Does something like it hot count as a rom com?
yeah, I guess so. I guess you won't be making any rom coms.
No, probably not. There's comedies, but not rom coms. That's not really,
Yeah,
the Notting Hills and all that kind of stuff. They're all perfectly entertaining, but
yeah.
I wouldn't say I had an all time favorite.
No, fair enough. I'm wondering what it is like to be part of that Masters of Horror fraternity. Those famous lunches look like every film geek's wildest dream.
Um, they are. I would say they were tremendous. I haven't been to one for years now. I don't even. Obviously, we haven't had one for years, but had one for quite a while. But I think the last one I went to was about 4 or 5 years ago. But yeah, I mean, it's astonishing. You get to sit and have dinner with like it was the late great Tobe Hooper. Um, Mix there, obviously Tarantino will show up, and just absolute legends, absolute legends.
Yes.
John Landis is such a laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Always good to hang out with. Fred Decker and people like that, just like the most amazing directors all in one room. But I guess it's like meeting those wonderful legends, like and people that I've loved and admired since I was a kid. Joe Dante is like there. Um, just people like that. It's astonishing.
We're slowly trying to work our way around that table to get as many of them on our show as possible. I think we're four down. Many
Yeah,
more to go.
Stuart Gordon as well, the wonderful,
Oh.
late great Stuart Gordon. I mean, just and what I find about them all is like there's this conception that people who make horror films are going to be like really dark and weird or whatever, but they're the loveliest people. Like
Yes.
you meet comedy directors, they're all like dark and fucked up, and they're all miserable and unhappy and manic depressives or whatever it is. But horror directors are the most lovely bunch of people you could ever hope to meet.
Yeah, and generally like very, very well educated. You know, I
Really
love
smart,
interviewing them.
know their shit. They know their shit about movies. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Switch of gears now. What would be your ultimate 3-course meal?
God, again, it's so weird. We were talking about favorite meals like last night. This is really difficult because I love my food. I really love my food. I think I'd like to start off with some sort of seafood starter, whatever that might be, a really great prawn cocktail or something like that. But a great Wagyu steak, is just the perfect main. And then anything involving whipped cream is my dessert delight. So whatever it is, as long as it's got whipped cream with it, I'm happy.
Excellent.
Yeah.
No, that sounds like a good meal to me. And the debate still rages on about pineapple on pizza, but what are your thoughts about people that are now putting kiwi fruit on pizza?
I think that's a disgrace.
I'm yet to try it. I won't knock it, but you know what? It doesn't sound too appealing.
No. I mean, I'm still not. I mean, pineapple on pizza, I could barely scrape by on that one. But it's like I've had it. It wasn't too bad. But if I had to choose a pizza, I'd never order it. I'll always go for like meat, that kind of thing. Meat with added meat. But kiwi fruit, no. But then there's those people who like Nutella pizzas, like sweet pizzas with chocolate and marshmallows and stuff on it. It's like, that's just wrong.
It's full on. It's full on for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Back to film for our final 2 questions. What's the fundamental difference for you between directing film and directing television?
The difference is that on television, you are there primarily to fulfill somebody else's vision. So you park your ego at the door and you go and you do the best job you possibly can to enable them to do that. And with great TV showrunners or whatever, they're great collaborators. So they want to collaborate with you. Not so great ones are kind of like where you just like come in and do what you're told and get out kind of thing. But that happens. It's not so common, but it does happen. But most of them are pretty smart and they know that they've hired you for a reason. So that's like TV directing. Whereas movie directing is you're living and breathing, sleeping it, eating it, farting it for like 2 years of your life. It consumes you. And that's why it's your baby. Whereas TV, it's somebody else's baby.
Excellent. And finally, with The Reckoning aside, because of the fact that you're currently promoting it, what film of yours would you say you're most proud of?
I mean, I suppose the obvious answer would be The Descent, because of the feedback that it's got. I'm kind of proud that I managed to convince somebody to finance Doomsday because it's such a nutso film. So I'm kind of proud about that. And that was a lot of fun doing it. And I'm proud of the action stuff in it. And, I'm really happy with all that. And Dog Soldiers I'm proud of because it was my first feature and I got it made. And, it was a hell of an achievement. But ultimately, I guess everything fell together perfectly on The Descent. And I'm really, really proud of that one.
Yeah, they're definitely a crowd favourite. It's a fantastic film. And, well, thank you for sitting in the hot seat there. Hopefully it wasn't too stressful.
No, not at all. I hope I gave some good answers.
For people that are watching, you definitely did. For people that are watching, The Reckoning is now available on Blu-ray and DVD. Go back and listen to Monday's episode of Good Movie Monday. We have the full interview with Neil on there. And there's a chance for you to win a copy for yourself. But, Neil, thank you, sir. It's been my honour to be talking with you tonight. Best of luck with the promo for The Reckoning and all the best to you.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
The sickness hangs over the city like putrid fog. Bodies are piled high in the narrow streets. It's as if the day of judgment has finally arrived.
Anna. I'll give you some advice. Leave town while you can.
I saw her the other day. She was acting bloody peculiar.
There's only one thing that can explain it. She made a pact with the devil. Nowhere to run, witch!
What's to happen to me? They'll try to break you. Like they did to the rest of us.
Fear not, my child. Salvation is at hand.
There's something wicked at work in that place. She has the devil inside her.
My will is greater than yours.
We'll see.
Confess!
Nobody's safe.